So here we go. Another 2.5 day test match. Yet another batting collapse from India, all along expected lines. Pink ball was always supposed to be Australia, and it has been Australia. Hopefully 5 down, couple of balls still left. Plenty of questions to ask. Indian bowlers not used to the pink ball. Australia got a 150-run lead. The moment it was a 150-run lead, we were all predicting in our work group that it would be down to India tomorrow. The game would finish. The question now that we need to ask. Brisbane will level things. Don't worry about that. Red ball. The question now is, will Rohit Sharma get his final opportunity in Brisbane to get it right? Should India play the pink ball going forward? Is this an experiment that has outlasted its longevity? BCCI should not have agreed to the pink ball test because it's unfair advantage to Australia. That is also the question that we will be asking, because this test has gone along expected lines. Rohit Juglan, Bharat Ramraj, Gargi and Shomik joining me. Rohit, much along expected lines. Our players don't play the pink ball. It would have been a miracle if we managed to do well. Australia has made it 1-1. We'll make it 1-1. Just a matter of time. Your thoughts as you sum up the day.
Bodhida, yes, I think more importantly, we are not used to of the pink ball, but the kind of, it's not that every ball was so unplayable. I know I can totally take this that yes, the ball which was against Shubman Gill is a proper, pitch of a delivery. You can argue a bit on the Rohit Sharma delivery also taking top of off, but not that you can say that was unplayable. Most of the deliveries you see Yashasvi Jaiswal's dismissal, you see Virat Kohli's dismissal, KL Rahul dismissals. Was that any kind of deliveries where you can say that oh pink, because it was pink ball, so our batters are not in habit of that. You take Virat Kohli's dismissal. Always, chasing that ball outside off stump, be it a red one, be it a pink one, be it a white one, be it of any color. You see KL Rahul, you see Yashasvi Jaiswal, every one of them. I'm not discouraging that. Yes, he scored 100 in the very last innings as far as the Perth Test is concerned. But coming down here and then if we are saying this, that no, because this was pink ball, that's why it was a failure. What happened then in Chennai? Against Bangladesh, in front of a moving ball. What happened in Bengaluru? What happened in Perth first innings? What happened here? These all are the similar kind of dismissals you can ever see from these Indian batting, where the ball moves a little bit, and our batting shows that how capable are they of playing those swinging deliveries. So yes, we have to see this that as a challenge. That in Brisbane also, if there is any kind of assistance to the fast bowlers and the change of the color of the ball, it will be red again, red kookaburra. You'll see the players facing same challenge, because it's not about the pink one, the white one, or the red one. It's about our players. Are they capable of playing those swinging deliveries? Are they capable of delivering on those kind of wickets where the ball is giving a little bit of assistance to the pacers? Forget about it, Australia. In front of New Zealand, in front of Bangladesh, we won't able to express that kind of batting, which we can say that yes, in front of these kind of conditions, our batters can do it. So it's not only about playing against the pink ball. It's also about the application on these kind of conditions where you get a little bit of assistance, and then these kind of performances. Now we are used to of it. 150, 46, 150. In past 5 to 8 matches, you have seen multiple scores of this kind. 140, 150, 46, 80. So these all are giving you a good. These all are good sample size, which give you a clear indication. And after that, if you see, our bowling, yes, as far as bowling is concerned, I'm very much agree with you that these bowlers, leave out Jasprit Bumrah. What you saw last day with Mohammad Siraj, with Harshit Rana, it's hard for them to control and use that particular length and bowl on that particular area where you can just make them uncomfortable. The Australian batters make them uncomfortable. It was very hard for them. 33 overs or 32 overs and only 8% of the deliveries hitting the stumps. That gives you a very clear idea that our bowlers are not in a very good habit of controlling these pink balls.
No, let me disagree with you here. We bowled with the pink ball last night. Australia bowled with the pink ball tonight. The difference is out there. So let's not totally blame the batters. Our bowlers, 180 all out, they got the best possible conditions to bowl, twilight and darkness. Unfortunately, we are not used to the pink ball. We sprayed the ball. We
That's what
did
I'm
not
saying,
get
Buryaza.
the
That's what I'm saying.
so,
That's what I'm saying.
so the batting is difficult. The same batters in the last test match in the second innings at Perth scored 500. Whether it's a Jaiswal, whether it's a Rahul, whether it's a
But
Kohli,
the
they got
conditions
500.
played out. But Buryaza, the conditions were
Exactly.
played out in the Perth
Exactly.
second
So
innings.
that exactly. So that will also even out in Brisbane. That is my point with the pink ball. That is my point and the lights. Because the moment you agree to a condition which will not even out, which will continuously favor the bowlers, with this pink ball you are not used to. So you are giving Australia unfair advantage. Your bowlers who equaled it in Perth did not get the same advantage here in Brisbane because you're sorry in Adelaide because your bowlers are not used to it. So the 180, had it been Perth, that same score your bowlers would have worked it out. That is the problem. I don't think the pink ball is an experiment that any board, because with the pink ball, the problem is Australia always will have an advantage going forward because they've played 13 test matches. India 4, England 3. I was looking up the numbers.
This was their
You don't
14th.
give Australia.
This was their 14th.
Exactly. So 14 and 3, 14 and 4. So you clearly know that you don't give the opponent that kind of advantage. Take the Kohli dismissal. You've mentioned Virat, you've mentioned Rohit, you've mentioned Gill. And you know why? The fact is, yes, Virat was coming to every ball. And by the way, he was not trying to attack. He was trying to do exactly the right thing. But with this ball, you are never in. The ball will do something at some point in time. You are never in with the pink ball. It will do something. There will be doubt, and then one will have your number. That's what my problem is with the pink ball. Rohit has a problem. Again, that incoming, he played inside the line. But with Virat, that ball that he played today and got out, unplayable or not unplayable, the fact is it is continuously playing on the batsman's mind that with this ball, something will have my number. Yes, batting performance, you could have said, oh, Travis Head played that. Travis Head is used to this. India is not. My point is fundamentally nobody is shielding the batting
But
lineup.
those were the most suitable conditions to bat when Travis
Of
had hit
course,
that century. At that
of
point of
course.
time, that was the most suitable condition to bat.
But what about last night? What about Australia and India batted at the same time? When Australia batted
That's what
last
I'm
night,
saying. Buryaza, that's what I'm saying. Our bowlers
no,
didn't
it's
hit the
not just
stumps as
batters.
much as their bowlers did. Our bowlers,
Correct.
the
No,
percentage which I'm telling about, 33 overs, 5% balls are hitting the stumps. That's where the
you are
difference
echoing
lies.
what I'm saying. You are echoing. This is a 200 game, not a 350 game. The moment your bowlers were able to hit the right areas, this is a fragile Australian lineup as well. They would have folded up for 250 and then match on. Because your bowlers are not used to the pink ball, because your bowlers were not able to hit the lines, you allowed Australia to get to 350. And the moment it is 350 was or 3 whatever, there's a 150 run lead, it's game done. Nobody, I mean, I was predicting in our group that India will be all out today under lights. You are not used to this, whether it is Rohit, Gill, Pant, Kohli, anyone. Nobody is used to playing with this pink ball, and there is constant self doubt. Shomik, why don't I come to you on this before I go to Rohit for the final question and we'll let him go for the press conference? Shomik, should BCCI or any board agree to playing the pink ball test match?
I think going ahead in the future series, BCCI should refuse playing with the pink ball. As you said, I mean, India not at it's a failed experience given pink ball was introduced to bring crowd to Test cricket. But now Test cricket has survived that phase, and Test cricket, I mean, Test cricket draws a lot more crowd than some meaningless white ball matches, be it in India, Australia, or England. I mean, Test cricket draws a sizable number of crowd everywhere. Um, so from that point of view, I, I mean, this is it's sort of like the Jane McGrath pink test. I mean, I'm not I'm not joking with something like something. I mean, it's in the memory of Jane McGrath. But the fact of the matter is that pink ball is their vanity project. Is their vanity project
Show me one
Australia's
second.
vanity project?
Pink test and pink ball are different. We are all for pink test because it's about cancer awareness. It's about raising
Yes,
money. It is about a noble cause. It's a different ball game. So when you are
exactly.
saying Jane Magra pink test, 100% yes.
Yes,
But pink ball is a novelty, which is a failed novelty. That's my point, Shumik.
exactly. Exactly, I totally agree with it. I am saying, I am drawing that pink test analogy, is that like they hold that pink test, it's a part of their cricket calendar. Pink ball is also a part of their cricket calendar. The difference with that, this pink ball is their vanity project. This pink ball, and it has become passe. Pink ball thing has become passe. Pink ball, but all said and done, I mean, now the conditions have been set for this series in the BCCI agree to play the pink ball. I hope going ahead they will refuse. But all said and done, I expected a better application from the Indian batting lineup. And as far as the bowling was concerned, yes, they were inexperienced with the pink ball. Still, this is Test cricket. They are Test players. Why didn't they have a plan B was anyone's guess. Why didn't they target Travis Head with the short deliveries? That is one point. Why was Bumrah removed as soon as Head came to the crease? Those are the things we have to look into. But all said and done, this pink ball test has become passe.
Bharat, question. I mean, nobody is saying that the Indian batters have batted well or batted it good or anything like that. Of course, they haven't. But if you take that Shubman Gill delivery, the guy was playing very well, 28 and looked solid. Last moment, the ball moves. He's in. He's never in. He's in, yes, yet he's never in. With this ball, it'll happen. Kohli in the 20 balls was trying to move forward, negate it, gets the edge. It will happen with this ball because you are playing 8 days of. By the way, after tomorrow, they will not play the pink ball for 2 years or 3 years or 4 years. Forget pink ball again. Why should you want to play? It is Cricket Australia's, Shomik said, vanity project. I would say Cricket Australia's smartest project because you are giving your team one test match, for sure. It's like a one test match guarantee. No other team plays this pink ball. Why would you agree to playing the pink ball whatsoever? Even Bumrah took time to work it out because Bumrah doesn't bowl with the pink ball. Yesterday under lights, even Bumrah struggled. And that is why the 1 wicket of 85. Had it been 4 for 85, a different ball game. Even Jasprit Bumrah, the greatest bowler of the current generation, struggled with the pink ball. Bharat Ramraj.
Yeah, that's true. From BCCI's point of view, or from India's point of view, India going forward, they can sort of protest and say we won't play the pink ball test because it gives you an advantage all the time. But as far as Virat Kohli is concerned, not very sure. That was a great delivery. He was just getting that forward press out all the time. That's something that has gone against Virat Kohli for a while against the moving ball. But Shubman Gill, obviously, that was a very good delivery that swung in late. The thing with the pink ball is they have that extra lacquer, extra coating of layer, extra layer of lacquer they have. So that is why the ball zips around a little more. And it does a little more than what you generally get with the red ball. So yeah, from BCCI's point of view, India's point of view, one can tell it that way, or one can look at it that way, that in the future India can refuse to play the pink ball test. But India definitely have some problems with their batting and with their bowling as well. Even if one considers the fact that India were not used to the pink ball, 8% of deliveries hitting the stumps with a new ball is pretty bad. So that is something that the coaching staff, it also goes towards the coaching staff as to what were you guys doing, because during the break or something on those lines, someone could have sent a message and told the bowlers, yeah, you are just not making the batters play. So these are also the things that India need to look at. Because 8% is very, very low as well.
Devashish, the 8% that he's talking about is again bringing me back to the pink ball. Today morning, India was bowling much better. The lines were different. Australia was being made to play. The balls were on the stumps. Clearly, they had course corrected compared to last night. They are not used to it. Had they been used to it last night, even Bumrah. The fact of the matter is, Jasprit Bumrah, world's greatest bowler last night, under lights, twilight, Australia was 85 for 1. This is not a 340 wicket. Under lights, look at what happened with India. Devashish, your thoughts? Because clearly now it is 1-1, all to play for in Brisbane. We will obviously talk about Rohit Sharma and his form and all of that. But this particular test match, as Shomik said, as I agree, I will ask Gargi the same question. Is it time to say no more pink ball? It gives Australia an unfair advantage.
Yeah, Maureen, you can say somewhat. Means obviously, clearly, India lacked the match practice with the ping ball, as was the case. Means clearly the line and length they erred in the line and length compared to the Australian fast bowlers, the likes of Mitchell Stark, Pat Cummins, and Scott Boland were relentless with their line and length, and that had been the reason for Indians not playing well. And clearly, but if you talk at the batters as well, clearly that those incoming deliveries, and particularly the banana swing from Mitch Stark. So clearly, so Indians definitely needed some more practice before heading into the pink ball test, which was not the case. And clearly, that might be the reason. But if you ask me, I would say Australia will have their tails up after this win, because if you look at their bowlers, most of the bowlers have been excellent. Uh, Josh Hazlewood is getting fit. It will be it's a serious competition between Hazlewood and Scott Boland, because Boland has been brilliant in this match. So all the three fast bowlers with their tails up, and with Hazlewood also getting fit. So more problems for India. Yes, Labuschagne scoring, um, uh, mm, mm, Travis Head scoring that brilliant 100. So things, you might argue that India might be, it will be very keenly fought remaining three test matches, but Australia with this win, and they in all probability they are going to win it in 3 days time. So they will have their tails up.
I don't agree with Devashish Gargi, because if I was the Indian dressing room, I would say this is an aberration with the pink ball. It's not even relevant to us. Red ball, Brisbane, what tails up? We were in Perth. Did we have our tails up against the pink ball? No, Australia knew they would come back because they have the advantage. In modern cricket, modern sport, it's about what, that one day, move on, next day, tomorrow. There's no tails up business here. There's no tails up business. What big deal? Your bowlers were not used to it. They let Australia run away to 340. Get used to it. Bowl your lines and lengths. These batsmen, these Australian batters are no big deal whatsoever. So if I was in the Indian dressing room like a Gautam Gambhir or a Ravi Shastri, I would say forget about the pink ball. It's an aberration. We shouldn't even have agreed to it. Now just move on to Brisbane. Get your act together and move on. This will be a contested test series. 3 more matches to go. Treat it as a three-test affair. It's 1-all. Play it as a three-test affair. Give it your all. Gargi Rao.
I agree. I mean, you can't let one bad test match bring you down and ruin the entire series. But at the same time, when we thinking about it in hindsight, because we're talking about the fact that BCCI should not have agreed to a ping ball. But when you look back, when this was all agreed on, clearly it was. Clearly, this series was important in the context of WTC final. So, if BCCI knew well in advance about the pink ball test, why there could have been, if you said yes, saying no was an option obviously, but if you had already said yes, why did you not do more to sort of make sure that your players were accustomed to it? That's
When do you play more? When do you play more?
you
You've
don't
got a
have
packed
time
calendar.
exactly.
You don't have the option to play
Yeah.
more, Gargi. That's why this experiment has to stop. Because you cannot say I will practice against the pink ball with the first test is red ball. The third test is red ball. So you cannot say I will now practice pink ball because it's one test in a two month window. So effectively you're in Australia for 70 days. You will play pink ball cricket for 8 days. How do you practice before? New Zealand, you were playing red ball. New Zealand series was supposed to end on 5th of November. Your team was traveling to Australia on 10th. You're playing the first test at Perth. Do you want to practice pink ball ahead of the Perth test? You can't do that. No team can do that. And that is my problem. Shomik, if I
Yeah.
can ask you this, how do you get used to the pink ball? Because frankly, you can't. Your climate doesn't allow, your domestic cricket doesn't allow, no other country plays. So the clear pink ball understanding that, oh, I could have batted more. Canberra 2 days, total 7 days. Even the great Jasprit Bumrah last night wasn't able to use the conditions. Shomik Chakraborty.
And yes, and see, also this unfair advantage gets compounded when you see it's not only test cricket. I mean, South Australia play some of their matches day night also in pink ball. So they are clearly used to it. while we are not, and we will not, as you said, we will not play another pink ball game in the next 3-4 years. So there is absolutely no point. I think the fact of the matter is that there have been some understandings between the two boards, and in the sense, when Cricket Australia is willing to hold a game under lights of the pink ball, that which is part of their calendar, BCCI being on good terms with them, BCCI didn't put his foot down. But going ahead, they should take a cue from 36 all out in 2021, and from this game, that pink ball, and the pink ball is completely an aberration. And when it is an aberration, there is no point including it in the roster. It serves no purpose. And as you said, how do you get prepared for the pink ball? Just the 7 days and just a 2-day tour game before it, when they are totally used to. This line Scott Boland has been bowling. He knows, it has been internalized to him, the way he has to operate a pink ball. As for the Indian bowlers are concerned, they don't know. You are absolutely right. Even the great Jasprit Bumrah, he struggled initially with that. It is his genius, it is his greatness. He did the course correction very quickly, as also Siraj. Siraj struggled with his length yesterday, and today he made the course correction, got 4 wickets, and he was unlucky not to get more. But then again, the I I think BCCI should take a cue from it, and politely refuse to play another pink ball game in the future series.
Devashish, the point is Harshit Rana. He was the weak link in that attack today. Everybody knows. Has Harshit Rana ever even held a pink ball before this series? The answer is no. So while it is very easy to blame Harshit Rana bowled very badly. Has Harshit Rana 10 first-class games? Has he ever played with the pink ball? Has he ever? Somebody was asking, why did Virat not train? When will Virat train with the pink ball? In Canberra, you had 2 days. 1 day was washed out. Total difference between the two test matches, 8 days. Virat is no god. Nobody is god here. If you take Rohit out of the equation, who is in bad form, playing badly. But if you take the others, Jaiswal is in good form, Shubman Gill is in good form, looking good, Virat Kohli looked good in Perth. So what about the rest of the batters? The fact is, you cannot get adjusted to a different ball, it will do different things. And as Shomik said, Scott Boland has internalized it. Travis Head plays cricket right there in South Australia day in, day out. This is a bad call. Yes, I understand bonhomie between the two boards, but I don't understand why players will. Look at this. 2020-21, India played its greatest series down under. Against pink ball, we had our worst collapse. 4 years down the line, once again pink ball, once again we are caught out. Things haven't changed, Devashish. That is what is the question. Again, come Brisbane, come conventional cricket, this will be a different team. That's why I have my problems with the pink ball. Your thoughts?
What is the Indian team management are in their team selection? We have been speaking about this since the preview day that they should have played Akashdeep, who has the experience of playing a pink ball game. But then, and also he did reasonably well in the practice session, impressed everyone. So the team selection, it has to be horses for courses. It's not that you have done well in an X test match, so you have to be retained in the side. So and what it does to the confidence of Harshit Rana. Now that he has not done well in this pink ball test, there are only 3 days gap before the next test match at Gabba starts. So clearly, the team management should have persisted with Akashdeep, perhaps given him a chance. Since he has that experience and he has also looked good. We have both me, Shubhayan, and Rohit have all been telling about Akashdeep doing well in the practice session. And one day Harshit Rana did not even turn up. But then the point is that you need to have players who have um, uh, has the previous experience of playing with the pink ball. So clearly, the team management, yes, it's obviously you cannot hold the team management responsible as well, because Harshit Rana has done well in the first test match in Perth and also has impressed with those 4 wickets and 6 balls in that game against Prime Minister 11. So clearly Indians will have to think about, means because after this loss and they need to regroup, especially the bowlers. But then only thing that concerns me is the confidence Harshit Rana, because clearly after that high in Perth, this low in Adelaide will definitely will make him more experienced. But at the same time, it goes to be seen whether he can cope up with the pressure of international cricket.
Bharat, Devashish asked a question, then contradicted himself. He said the team management erred, and his answer is basically in hindsight. The fact of the matter is, had Akashdeep been playing, and nobody is taking anything away from Akashdeep, suppose he had a bad game, then you would say, Arey, Harshit Rana picked up so many wickets in Perth and then 4 wickets in Canberra, and you've dropped Harshit Rana, you've played Akashdeep. What was the selection? What did Harshit Rana do wrong? Yes, all of these factors, and he kisses the Harshit Rana more hit the deck. This guy kisses the surface. All of these points are taken, but the fact of the matter is these are all said in hindsight. Harshit Rana bowled with the pink ball in Canberra, looked extremely good. The team management had the Perth test to bank on. They went and persisted with Harshit Rana. You can absolutely say no, Akashdeep would have been a better option now that Harshit Rana has not worked. So the fact is, all the things that we are saying are based on hindsight where Harshit Rana has failed. Where do you stand on this, Bharat Ramraj?
Yeah, you're 100% right on that. We are basically saying it on hindsight. That if Harshit Rana had done well, we would have said, he's someone who's suited for these conditions and all that. But I'd written one copy before this test match that for these conditions, maybe Akashdeep is better suited. But again, there is no guarantee that Akashdeep would have done well either. Who knows? He might have not got his lines right, because if you notice, he's similar kind of bowler to Scott Boland because he kisses the surface. But the difference is Scott Boland has played in Australian conditions. We have talked about pink ball as well. He's got used to the pink ball. So his line is slightly different in the sense that he goes slightly outside of Akashdeep. Usually tends to zoom the ball on the stumps. So who knows, he might have tried to zoom the ball too much on the stumps. Too much means down the leg side or on those lines, and he might have been flicked for a lot of boundaries. So yeah, we are talking definitely in hindsight in that sense. That I definitely agree with you.
Kargi, there is a point being made, and I understand where this is coming from. Look at this. The point is being made. We are done. What is this? We are Indians. There was a comment that I just read that we are done. Batters are making the same mistakes, etc., etc. Where is it? Can you check that? We are done. Yeah, this one. Batters not giving an inch of confidence. Series is gone. Series is gone. With this collapses, seems like only Bumrah versus Australia. Even he pulled up today. Darshan Panchal. Gargi, how many runs did the Indian batter score in the second innings at Perth? 500. 500 runs. That is what India scored in the second innings at Perth. So batters are done. What batters are done? What batters are done? In the last test match, India scored 550 runs in the second innings at Perth. And we are saying batters are done, series is gone. Conditions are profoundly different between Perth and Adelaide and pink ball and Brisbane and Melbourne and Sydney. Melbourne and Sydney will suit India. Everybody knows. Even a child knows that if it's 2-1 in favor of Australia, I don't think Brisbane will be that easy for Australia at all, because India will take heart from what they did at the Gabba last time round. Take this question, and this is where the problem is. What do you mean batters are done? What do you mean series is lost? It's 1-1 with all to play for.
I mean, when India won that first test, everyone was saying India will win this series 4-0. And now that they've lost one test, they're saying that the series is gone. So I'll just say that, fan memory is very short-lived. One match does not change the series. If it's the final match of the series, maybe yes. But right now, if there's any test match in this series that Australia could have won or had, a 70-30 chance of winning, it was this test. It was this test because Australia are far superior with their experience in pink ball test. And if you had heard us, if you had seen our shows before the match started, in the preceding days of the test match, you would have heard all of us say that we don't give India that much of a chance of winning this test, and if they do, it will be an extraordinary win, which is something that did not happen because it was realistic. It was realistic when you compare the amount of games that Australia has played with the pink ball versus India and how many they've played with the pink ball. No one here is saying that the pink ball is to blame. I don't think a lot of people are understanding that. We're saying that conditions were different and India is just not accustomed to it. India is not accustomed to it, and that made us look bad. That's how it is. Does not make the team a bad team, does not make the captain a bad captain, and does not make the batters bad batters or bowlers a bowlers. In the last game, Harshit Rana bowled well, and everyone said that he's the revelation of the series. He's the revelation of Gautam Gambhir, and now everyone's like he's an adopted son of whatever's going on. I mean, this is ridiculous. After every match, you can't change your opinion on what you think of the team.
Shomik, on a more critical note, where I thought India needs to do much better is with our fielding. Because you had two options against Travis Head. That 150-run lead would have actually been less than 100. When Ashwin bowled that spell, and by the way, he bowled beautifully. After that six of Travis Head, he pushed it wide. He made Travis Head commit that mistake. Had Siraj taken that catch and Travis Head out at that point in time, that lead would have been 100. That is my problem. And the next ball, when he edged Harshit Rana, Rishabh Pant did not go for that catch thinking first slip was there. It was the wicketkeeper's catch. Rohit was standing wide. I think the Indians need to get this right rather than talking about some, because in a situation where you are down, low scoring game, relatively low scoring, you have opportunities against a batter who's scoring 140 and you give him multiple chances, you will pay the price. Shomik Chakraborty.
Absolutely, and fielding hasn't been up to scratch. Siraj would have taken that catch. He covered that well. He got both hands to it. He would have taken that catch. And not only that, Rishabh Pant's thing. Yesterday we saw Max Sweeney getting a life. Then another couple of deliveries went through the slip cordon. Fielding hasn't been up to the scratch. But I mean, with due respect to everyone, and there is absolutely no disrespect to anybody. This is just a pragmatic call. I've been seeing a lot of outrage as far against Harshit Rana, who is just a kid, who has just got his teeth Test cricket, and he had a bad day. He bowled on both sides of the wicket. He struggled with his line and length. But did he get the required protection from his captain? When he was not having a good day, why was he overbowled? Why wasn't he given the right kind of protection? That is number one. And another, I don't want to be a sensationalist, but it is a pragmatic call. India in this test lacked the energy that we saw in Perth. I don't want to be harsh on Rohit, and I have huge respect for him as a cricketer, and he has earned it. But at this moment in time, are India better off without Rohit Sharma in the test team? This is a question. I don't have the answer. There are experts to talk about that, but this is my question. Are India better off without Rohit Sharma in the test team at this moment in time?
That is the elephant in the room, Bharat. Is Brisbane going to be the last opportunity for Rohit Sharma? Because we have to address the elephant in the room. Because is batting failure or lack of runs in batting impacting Rohit Sharma's captaincy? In the morning, in the tea break or whatever that break was, I said on the show, I thought yesterday Bumrah should have been brought back. He did not. He missed a trick. I thought Ashwin should have been brought earlier. I thought he missed a trick. Today he got Siraj back ahead of lunch. He could have got Bumrah back because there was a 40-minute break. He missed a trick. So clearly, captaincy, he's missing cues. And that is because his batting isn't up to the mark. So clearly it must be playing on his mind. Now that it's back to red ball, Bharat Ramraj, is Brisbane Rohit Sharma's last chance? Virat Kohli, with that 100, he will not be his consistent self. He has given himself a couple more games. But is Brisbane going to be a real acid test for Rohit Sharma? If he fails, should he drop himself for Melbourne? Bharat Ramraj.
Yes, it's a tough call to take for the management, but I think if he fails in Gabba, if I were in a management, if I put myself in those particular shoes, then I might have to tell Rohit Sharma that perhaps it's time to look at someone else as the captain, and you drop yourself. That is, if he fails in the Gabba test. Most likely, he might continue till the end of the series, and then they will take a call. But if a tough call has to be taken, if I were in those shoes, then I think I would look at that. See, I think the problem with Rohit Sharma is we have talked about his guard, we have talked about his stance, but even a few days ago, I was telling he's struggling to pick certain key cues versus space. That generally is not a good point. Obviously, because with age, your body starts slowing down a little bit, and you start to struggle to pick certain key cues. It even happened to the great Sachin Tendulkar in 2012 against Team Southeast 3/4 seam ball. It seemed like he was a touch slow getting forward, and he was cleaned up. You could see it with Sachin Tendulkar's frustration that how he felt that his mind was telling him his body to move forward, but it didn't. I think Rohit Sharma also is struggling to pick certain key cues versus pace, and that is never a good thing. But who knows? You might try to counter attack in the next test, get 50 or 60, and play a few more test matches. I think that's the way it is happening for him. The way it is going for him, he's not at all trusting his defense. Maybe at this point of time, it would be better for him to take a few risks because he's certainly not picking cues versus pace.
Devashish Sen, Moni Mokal has
I
said
think
big
Rohit
learnings
Sharma-
for Harshit Rana from this innings. Yeah, Shomik, before I go to Devashish, tell me.
I think Rohit Sharma should, if he fails at Gabba, he should do a Dhoni what MS did in 2014-15 and drops himself. He should
Devashish, answer that.
do a
If
Dhoni.
is this a call? Is this a call because Rohit Sharma Brisbane Test massive call for the captain? Suppose he isn't able to score, and I agree with Bharat that you've got to counter attack at number 6 because the red ball will not be like the pink ball. It will wear off. The shine will wear off. The batters will be able to bat better. Rohit at number 6 will get opportunities in Brisbane. Suppose he fails, should he drop himself? Or should he at least give up the captaincy and say, okay, I just want to focus on my batting. Give me one more opportunity, but I don't want to captain. Do you see that? Is Brisbane the last call for Rohit Sharma? Devashish.
Only thing is that if India goes on to win the test match at Gabba, then I think irrespective of whatever form Rohit is in, he should keep his place. But if suppose Australia wins the test match and India go 2-1 down, then the captain should take and provided Rohit also does not score, then he should drop himself down, as was the case with MS Dhoni. But if India wins, I don't see a problem because after all, cricket is a team sport. So there will be a player who will have a bad pace. It has happened to the best of the players, be it bowling or be it batting. So for me, if India wins, Rohit Sharma, irrespective of whatever form he is in, he should keep his place. But if India fails and him also not scoring, then but let's Gabba test. Let us see what happens in the Gabba test because before making it a call whether Rohit Sharma should drop himself from the playing 11.
No, we are not saying he should or he should not. All we are saying is that Brisbane Test match, Devashish Sen, is one of the most important from the perspective of Rohit Sharma.
Absolutely.
Massive. By the way, Shumit Shahu, Rohit can never be selfless. MS Dhoni is a selfish player. He's a selfish player. Didn't give chance to young batters. You mean to say Rohit is not selfless? Completely wrong. MS Dhoni lost 8 test matches on the trot, did not give up on captaincy. Mohinder Ramanathan had zeroed in on Gautam Gambhir. Mohinder Ramanathan was removed by Mr. Srinivasan because MS Dhoni was protected by Mr. Srinivasan. So completely wrong. You don't know your Indian cricket. That's why you're saying what you are. That's absolutely wrong because in 2011-12, 8 test matches on the trot. Shomik, me and Devashish, we used to go to the ground every day thinking there will be fight. And every test match, India would be finished in 3 days. So it's not as if we are seeing anything new. In England, 3 days game done. Australia, 3 days game done. Shomik, I hope you remember. There was zero fight. Every day we would ask MS Dhoni the same question and every day we would get the same answer in a press conference. You remember, I once asked that we can easily replay your last press conference and it will be the same. So that's what it was. So this selfless and selfish or whatever it is complete nonsense. Uh, okay, captain resigns
Lots
himself.
of super
BCCI has to
chats.
make call. What is this? Both Virat and Rohit look like walking wickets. Virat's 100 was after openers set it up. Are they done after this series? Abhilash, Gargi, take that.
Wow, you you gave me the most difficult one, but I hope not. I hope they come back. And honestly, when it comes to Virat, I think he looks better than what Rohit does. Rohit is, I think, right now struggling. He's struggling to make runs. He's struggling to, like Bharat said, I think he very rightly pointed out that he's struggling to pick some cues. But I think if Virat does well, we might just see them in England. I think we might see them in England.
Virat does look better than Rohit. Make no mistake. I do see Virat in England. I don't see Rohit in England if he continues to fail. That's my answer to that. Having said that, I don't see Rohit in Melbourne or Sydney if he fails in Brisbane, because this will put enormous pressure on Rohit. Enormous. Because if he fails in Brisbane and if India goes 2-1 down, like Devashish said, going into the Melbourne Test match where the series is on the line, Rohit Sharma as captain, he will be under the most pressure in his life. So huge 3 test matches coming up for India. Shomik, massive 3 test matches in every sense. 2011-12, Rahul Dravid, VVS Lakshman retirements happened in Australia. We can see something like that. Massive 3 test matches coming up, Shomik.
Yeah, I think, I mean, once again, I mean, I keep coming back to 2011-12 series. And I mean, see, at the end of the day, even after Australia are going to win this, it would be still 1-1. And this is just a one-off pink ball. India, I hope India would be able to put it out of their system. I don't know how Gautam Gambhir will handle it, because I have not much idea about Gautam Gambhir's style of functioning as a coach. But I know it for sure, if Ravibhai was the coach, he would have ensured that India very quickly put this defeat out of the system and just just focus on the next 3 matches, which that would be completely different in the sense red ball cricket, proper pitches. In Melbourne, you will get a drop in also. So from that point of view, you focus on those matches and you have to back your ability and back your strengths. Ravi Bhai would have done that. I once again last night, if I'm once again going back to that coaching setup, if Bharat Arun were the bowling coach, he would have sat with this bowling group after last night, and we would have seen a complete course correction this morning. I don't know how Morne Morkel, I have no idea as far as his coaching metal is concerned, how he handles that. But Ravi Bhai, Bharat Arun, they would have done that. It is a challenge for Gautam Gambhir. I am not demeaning him at all. He is new to the job, and I hope he will rise to the challenge. He will do it in his own style, but it is up to him to ensure that the playing group puts it out of their system and regroup very quickly and focus on the next 3 matches, because this test match is a case in isolation. We shouldn't count it at all.
I agree with Shomik Bharat. I agree with Shomik when we say pink ball, it is an aberration. But I also agree with Shomik on what he said about Gambhir. When you are talking Rohit Sharma, when you're talking the batting group, bowling group, you've got to talk Gambhir and Morne Morkel. You've got to talk the management. They have a massive role in the 5 days left for Brisbane. Tomorrow is 8th, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's all you have. 5 days ahead of the test match. So not too much time for a turnaround. One day is travel. So tomorrow leave it. So 9th or 10th will be travel day. 11, 12, 13, 2 days of nets you are in. So management has a massive call, Bharat Ramraj, going into the Gaba test match. Your thoughts?
Yeah, the mental side of things is the main factor here, because whatever we say, if you lose a test match, that's obviously India still haven't lost a test. If India go and lose this Adelaide test, then it would affect the Indian team mentally to some extent, because you have come on the high of winning the test in Perth, where no one really expected you to win it there, and then you suddenly lose in this fashion. So it will affect them mentally. So it is a massive, it's a massive aspect of the game. The management part, Morne Morkel, Gautam Gambhir, they have to somehow ensure that India start afresh. Always remember the next test starts at 0-0. So this it doesn't continue from this particular test, the Gabba test. It starts from 0-0. Both sides will have all the 10-20 wickets intact. So obviously it's not so easy for the team members to think that way, but they have to somehow find an erase button, erase this particular test, and start afresh. And from that point of view, obviously, Kohli and the senior group, including Kohli, Rohit Sharma, as well as the management, the think tank, Moni Morkel, Ryan Ten-Duskata, and Gautam Gambhir all have a huge task ahead of them.
Devashish, for the management, next 5 days, if you were in that change room, I mean, Ravi Shastri and Bharat Arun did a fabulous job last time round. There will be comparisons. How Gautam steps up, yes, he's new to the job, but 2018, 2021, Ravi Shastri will always wear those results as badge of honor. So this will also be a comparison between the team managements of 18 and 21 and now. Devashish Sen?
Yeah, and obviously it will be a huge challenge, but it will be a challenge for Gautam Gambhir as well, how he motivates the side after this loss. Means obviously the first thing he should do is to tell the players to leave aside, leave behind the result, what has happened in this ongoing test match. Even if they lose, just give them a break, because I'm sure that if the match ends in 3 days, there will be a possibility that the Indians might come again here at the Adelaide Oval and train for at least a day before they travel to Brisbane. Because 3 days of time and 1 day is traveling day, so 1 day they will not train. That is taken. So 2 days of preparations before the Gabba test. So ideally, Indian should not train the following day after the test match is over. They should rather leave behind everything and concentrate and stay focused on other things. Leave behind, because this is an aberration. This is one of test, the pink ball test. India does not play pink ball test regularly, so irrespective what the result is, they should not think too much about it, but rather they should start concentrating on the Gabba test, because if they win the Gabba test, then it will be very, very challenging for Australia to bounce back. But one thing that I start emphasize in the start as well, if Australia wins this test match, they will have their confidence behind, because their batters have not looked at confidence at all. Travis said after this 100 will be a different player altogether. The confidence, but Labusen, he has looked pathetic in that first test match. Means he was not scoring anything, and Khwaja also. But talk about Nathan McSweeney. He has also got runs. Steve Smith, yes, we know what a player he is. So and the bowlers, all the bowlers have contributed in this win. So Australia will feel confident. I am not saying that it will be a cakewalk for India to win, but it will be challenging in Gabba.
No, it will not be a cakewalk for any team. Gargi, the question that comes out of this is, if I take what Devashish is saying, Australia was battered and bruised in Perth. They came back. They were right. People were writing them off, rift in the team, this, that, whatnot. They've done what they needed to do here in Adelaide, and they've squared it up. If Australia can, so can India. It's been one test India, one test Australia. Australia made a spectacular comeback after the Perth battering. India can make a comeback after the Adelaide battering. It's international sport. And as Devashish is saying that, the Australian bowlers, Indian bowlers will have to take heart that the last time we bowled with the red ball, we had them on the mat. We will again bowl with the red ball in Brisbane, which will favor us in terms of conditions. That is the job of the management, because it's ultimately mental. World sport, elite international sport is also in the mind. If you ask me, I wouldn't drop Harshit Rana in Brisbane. I wouldn't, because that pitch will suit Harshit Rana more than Adelaide. And if I was Gautam and Morne, I would have said, hello, one day doesn't define you. Go do the job. That is what sport is all about. Gargi Rao.
Absolutely. When you think about this tour, 5 test matches, only 2 are done. So if you're going to be thinking about, India will win or Australia will win, you'd be wrong, because this is a 5 match test series spaced out between 2.5 months. So there's a lot that can happen in these 2.5 months. Anyone can come above. It's all mental. On this level, it's all mental. Yes, there can be, an Australia can be better than an India on one day. India can be better than Australia on one day. But what makes the biggest difference is momentum. It's your mindset, and that is what will separate the two teams from each other. Right now, India won the first test. Everyone was saying, oh, India have this in the bag, 4-0. Now Australia's won the second test, so everyone thinks that this is equal to a series loss, but that's not the case. 5 test matches, only 2 are done. Everyone hold your horses, anything can happen. And like Boria sir said, India was better with the red ball. So you also have to think about that. The remaining 3 matches are red ball. So keep calm.
Bharat, Mone Mokel said in the press conference, I'll go to Rohit, but Bharat, he said, I was disappointed with the way we bowled yesterday. Exactly the point. With the pink ball, under lights, twilight and under lights, India allowed Australia 85 for 1. It should have been 85 for 4. That's when the match was given away. Bharat Ramraj.
Yeah, but I will. If I was there, I would have put forward another question. That's just in an imaginary sense. But just in an imaginary sense, I would have put forward another question by noting that maybe what was the coaching staff doing? That's what at least I would have felt, because see, obviously only 8% of the deliveries were bowled on stumps, but they could have even sent a message during the short break after 1 hour of the last session. They could have sent a small message by saying that you are not making the batters play, guys, because with the red ball, even with the Kookaburra ball, let it be pink, let it be red ball, of 25 or 30 overs, it doesn't do much. Twilight zone, night conditions, the ball is doing a little more, it's zipping through a little more. You have to make the batters play. So the question mark also comes on the management here. Somehow they were not able to send across a message that you guys are not able to hit the stumps enough. That's what Australia did today, and that is why they were able to take a lot more wickets.
Travis had said, I said, well bowled to Siraj. He got a little back from me after he pointed me to the shed. Slightly disappointed with the way that transpired. If they want to react like that and that's how they want to represent themselves, so be it. Oh, spice. This series now has spice as well. Good. All this IPL camaraderie is finally out of the window. This cushy friendship is not India-Australia. Too much money in the IPL. That is what these players are getting, and that's why everybody is a friend. I'm glad that this kind of a comment has come from Travis Head, because this will now lead the Indians to also respond. रोहित जुगलान, आप प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में थे, हम लोगों ने पूरा डिस्कस कर लिया, सब कुछ कर लिया, बट द पॉइंट इज हम लोगों ने ये नहीं कहा कि कल अभी भी ऋषभ पंत बैटिंग कर रहे हैं, अभी भी वो 100 मार सकते हैं, अभी भी वो 100 के वैसे मार सकते हैं, अभी भी वो जाके नीतीश रेड्डी और ऋषभ पंत ने अगर कुछ पार्टनरशिप कर दिया. Let Rishabh Pant back tomorrow morning. Rohit Juglan, your closing comments on the press conference, what you heard, the two players, and tomorrow morning with Rishabh Pant.
नहीं, जो भरत सर ने कहा बिल्कुल सही कहा, और हम लोग कल यही बात पे डिस्कस कर रहे थे कि आपके पास 30 ओवर थे. इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट कि आपने 10 ओवर कराए और 10 ओवर में जो है आपके बॉलर्स थोड़ा सा आपको हेवायर दिखे और आपने फिर सोचा कि यार जब जो है ना आज का डे कॉल ऑफ हो जाएगा उसके बाद हम ड्रेसिंग रूम में बात करेंगे. आपके बॉलर्स ने 30+ ओवर्स कराए. दैट्स नॉट अ स्मॉल सैंपल साइज. प्लस आपने उस समय पर गेंदबाजी कराई है जिस समय पर यह बोला जाता है कि डे नाइट क्रिकेट में सबसे मुश्किल समय बैटिंग का. उस वक्त पर दो ऐसे बल्लेबाज टिक गए जिनकी फॉर्म पर सवाल थे. नेथन मैक्सवेनी कहीं नहीं लग रहे थे कि रन स्कोर कर देंगे. आज सुबह भी यस उन्होंने कुछ अच्छी गेंदें छोड़ी, बट लास्ट ही कितना ही टिक पाए वो. और उसके बाद भी अगर आप देखोगे कल भी कैच ड्रॉप भी हुआ था. और इसके अलावा अगर आप देखोगे तो मानस लबुशेन को लेकर के हमको पता है कि मानस लबुशेन कितने अंडर प्रेशर थे. उसके बावजूद भी आपने 30 ओवर ट्वाइलाइट फेज और उसके साथ साथ अंडरलाइट फेज में जो है वो सिर्फ इधर उधर बॉल डाल के निकाल दिया. 13-14 रन 22 के दे दिए, एक्स्ट्रा 17-18 हो गए. उसके अलावा अगर आप देखोगे तो 7वें-8वें स्टंप पे आप बॉल डाल रहे हो, नहीं तो डाउन द लेग साइड आप बॉल डाल रहे हो. शुरुआत के जो 2 चौके मारे मानस लबुशेन ने, दैट वाज बोथ डाउन द लेग साइड. और शुरुआत में आगे आपने उसको कुछ नहीं खिलाया. उसके आप पहले 30-40 रन देखिए, आपको पॉइंट, कवर, मिड ऑफ, मिड ऑन, मिड विकेट, इस रीजन में कोई रन्स नहीं दिखाई देंगे. तो ये सब जब हो रहा था तो गौतम गंभीर को ये नहीं लग रहा था कि मुझे कैप्टन को जाकर बोलना चाहिए कि हम लोग विकेट टू विकेट क्यों नहीं डाल रहे हैं बॉल। जब ये हो रहा था तो मौने मौकल को नहीं आना चाहिए था आगे। जब ये हो रहा था तो कैप्टन को बॉलर से बात नहीं करनी चाहिए थी। एक ड्रिंक्स ब्रेक भी हुआ बीच में एक ड्रिंक्स ब्रेक भी हुआ, उसके बीच में भी कुछ किसी ने नहीं कहा किसी को। ऐसा लग रहा था सब इंतजार कर रहे हैं, दैट एवरीवन इज वेटिंग कि ये लोग कुछ गलती करेंगे, उस पे हमें विकेट मिल गया तो बढ़िया, अदरवाइज हम अपनी तरफ से कुछ तैयारी इस तरीके की नहीं रखते हैं। आज अगेन आप मैं कह रहा हूं ट्रेविस हेड का आज आप वो देखिए, वैगन व्हील देखिए। ट्रेविस हेड ने सबसे ज्यादा करीबन 50% ऑफ हिज रन, 50-60% ऑफ हिज रन उसने या तो आपको कट मारकर बनाए हैं या फिर आपने बैकवर्ड पॉइंट एरिया पर बनाए हैं, गली में बनाए हैं। 2 साल पहले WTC फाइनल में उसने वो सिमिलर चीज की थी, आज उसने फिर वही कर दिया है। बट हमारे पास कोई प्लान नहीं था, हमने उसको एक बाउंसर भी नहीं मारा। हर्षित राणा का जो बाउंसर आ रहा था ना, वो रिब केज के भी नीचे आ रहा था, जिसको वो आराम से चौका मार रहा था। एक शॉर्ट लेग नहीं लगा है जब तक उसका 100 हुआ है। देयर वाज नॉट वन शॉर्ट लेग जिसको बोला जाए कि भाई डराकर आप बाउंस करने कर आउट कर रहे हो। जब ये मैच चल रहा था ना WTC फाइनल का, तो जब वो 70-80 पे आ गया था, रवि शास्त्री ने कॉम्बॉक्स से कहा था कि दुनिया को पता है कि जब आप इसे शॉर्ट बॉल मारते हो तो ये डिसमिस होता है, वो उसकी कमजोरी है। बट उस दिन भी और आज भी हमने ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं किया, एक शॉर्ट लेग तक नहीं लगाया, एक डीप मिड विकेट तक नहीं लगाया कि चलो ट्रैप करने की कोशिश करते हैं इसको। कुछ नहीं हुआ ऐसा। और मैं हैरान था कि सपोर्ट स्टाफ से कोई मैसेज नहीं आ रहा है। अगर हम जैसे जो बिल्कुल अभी देखना शुरू कर रहे हैं क्रिकेट, जो ग्राउंड पे आके देखना शुरू कर रहे हैं क्रिकेट, कवर करना शुरू कर रहे हैं, अगर हमको ये पता है तो ये टीम मैनेजमेंट को क्यों नहीं पता है? और अगर टीम को पता है तो फिर वो एग्जीक्यूट क्यों नहीं हो रहा है, ये समझ में नहीं आ रहा है मेरे को। जो एक चीज थी, बाकी ट्रेविस हेड ने जो प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में कहा, आई थिंक शुरुआत में उसने जरूर कहा ऐसा कि जवाब मैं भी दूंगा, अपने टीममेट्स के लिए मैं भी खड़ा हूंगा, बट बाद में उसने कह दिया कि रिस्पेक्ट म्यूचुअल है और मैं जानता हूं उस ड्रेसिंग रूम में बहुत अच्छे अच्छे खिलाड़ी हैं। बिकॉज उसको भी पता है कि कहीं ना कहीं वापस तो सनराइजर्स हैदराबाद में लौटना ही है। तो आप हैदराबाद के हीरो से अगर आप टकराओगे, हैदराबाद बॉर्न से अगर आप टकराओगे इस तरीके से, और देखो टू बी रियली ऑनेस्ट बोरिया था उस समय पर क्या हुआ, जस्ट उसने विकेट लिया और वो एक सेलिब्रेशन था, ये थोड़ा सा एग्रेसिव सेलिब्रेशन था। बट क्या कल पैट कमिंस का सेलिब्रेशन नहीं देखा किसी ने ऋषभ पंत के अगेंस्ट? कितना ज्यादा ओवर पंप्ड था उस समय पे पैट कमिंस। मिड स्टार्क ने मिड इंटरवल जब चैनल 7 या फॉक्स में, पता नहीं, मेरे को याद नहीं है, फॉक्स या शायद फॉक्स था, फॉक्स ने उनसे पूछा कि वहां पर क्या थोड़ा गुस्सा थे पैट कमिंस, तो मिचेल स्टार्क ने हामी भरी उसमें, हाँ बोला। हालांकि बाद में जब मैंने उनसे वही सवाल किया तो उन्होंने बोला नो ही वाज नॉट ओवर पंप्ड, बट उन्होंने ब्रॉडकास्टर्स को हाँ बोला कि वो गुस्से में थे। सो अगर ये लोग थोड़ा ओवर द टॉप जाकर सेलिब्रेट कर सकते हैं, और कम से कम ऑस्ट्रेलियंस तो ये पार्ट दुनिया को ना पढ़ाए कि आपको ओवर द टॉप नहीं जाना चाहिए, एग्रेसिव नहीं होना चाहिए, क्योंकि क्रिकेट हमने भी देखी हुई है। आप भले ही खेल रहे हो लेकिन देखा हमने भी है कि ऑस्ट्रेलियंस के क्या सेलिब्रेशंस होते हैं, उनकी बॉडी लैंग्वेज क्या होती है, वो कितना ऑन योर फेसेस होते हैं। और फिर उनके साथ क्राउड भी मिला यहाँ पे। आज इतनी बूइंग झेली है मोहम्मद सिराज ने, जिसके बारे में कहना क्या ही कहना है, मतलब उसके बारे में। सो आई थिंक ये जो डबल स्टैंडर्ड्स हैं कि आपका बॉलर अगर गुस्सा दिखाए, ओवर द टॉप रिएक्शन दे तो कोई बात नहीं, लेकिन अगर हमारे वाले ने आंख दिखा दी और उसके बाद आप अगर उसे कुछ कह रहे हो तो वो कह रहे हैं कि चलो जाओ यहां से क्योंकि आप क्लीन बोल्ड हो चुके हो। आई रिस्पेक्ट यू कि आपने 100 मार दिया, आपने अपनी टीम को बहुत अच्छी कमांडिंग पोजीशन पे डाल दिया, बट वो उसका फ्रस्ट्रेशन था, चाहे उसका रिएक्शन था, वो आप उस तरीके से लीजिए। तो वो जब अगर ओवर द टॉप कुछ कर रहा है तो आप क्यों नहीं सह पा रहे हो जब आपके बॉलर कर रहे हैं और हम कुछ नहीं कह रहे हैं ऐसा।
And to close all of us, Travis said, while whatever we got from television, he was not wishing Siraj. He was saying F dot. And it is evident. We can also read lips. That is what Travis Head was saying. If Travis Head is a saint, then why was he saying F dot? Come on, boss. If you want to be Gandhi and walk away. Don't turn towards Siraj and abuse him. And then go to the press conference and say, oh, this. You also responded. So don't give us this bullcock. We've heard this enough. We've heard this enough from Australia. This was because of IPL for the longest time, that this cushy friendship, because of all IPL money. Now, if it goes out of the window, it is good for this series. Let there be spice. The Indians will know this is a hard-fought test series. They have to go out there and win. Today, the way Pat Cummins celebrated that KL Rahul wicket, anyone will. Siraj was frustrated. Big deal. Anybody can be. Because a catch has been dropped multiple. He himself dropped Travis Head. Of Ravi Ashwin. It could have been playing on his mind, and he has responded. How many times have we seen this in the past? What is he talking about? They've won this test match, or they can win this test match, big deal. But that doesn't make any Travis Head or anybody a saint. All this is nonsense. To close this show,
But
Shomik, I'll give you the
it's
last word.
basically a non-issue.
No, I would say it is an issue if the Indians are able to pump it
No,
up.
it's basically,
If they take the Travis Head comment and amplify it.
yeah.
If I was in the Indian dressing room, I would take this, go and amplify it and say, look at this. This is what they are saying. And I would get Virat Kohli to lead this charge. You want these moments, Shomik, because when you want a turnaround, you want such things to happen to completely
Yeah.
trigger off a turnaround in that dressing room. Anyway, we've done a 1 hour show. Shomik,
Right.
do you see fight tomorrow? Do you see Rishabh Pant and Nitish Reddy counter-attacking and trying to fight it out? Because the game is not over till it's over.
And anything can happen in cricket, but I am not very sure. I mean, this game I think is done and dusted, but this series is not. See, this series will go down to the wire. It's a heavyweight bout between Ali and Foreman, and we'll see a lot of rope-a-dope. So this will go down to the wire. But one thing, I mean, I'm not reading too much into what Travis had said at the press conference, but I'm a little surprised what Morny Marcus said at the press conference, that the bowlers didn't bowl well. What were you doing then? It wasn't a job as a bowling coach when, I mean, Sani Bhai has completely laid into the bowling strategy of not peppering Travis Head with the short ball. So what was it? It is your job as the bowling coach to pass on the message. So what was you doing then? What's the point in saying that at the press conference? When the game was on, what was you doing then?
To sum up, I thought India lost the match in the twilight period of day one. India, by allowing Australia to get to 85 for 1, with Nathan McSweeney and Barnes Labuschagne, two out-of-form batters, allowing to get in, we lost the match. And there the management has to take equal blame as the bowlers. Can we see a better India? Will we see a counter-attack? All of these questions tomorrow morning. But as Shomik very rightly said, this game can be done. The series is not. This is a long series, 5 test matches, and you are just warming up. This is still bout, round 5 in a 15-round boxing match between two heavyweight competitors. And this is not a 58-year-old Mike Tyson fighting. This will go down. Yes, Rohit Jumla.
And there's still nothing on Mohammad Shami. If anyone is asking that when Shami will come, there's still nothing on Mohammad Shami. There's still nothing as far the ground reports are concerned. Yes, over the top you can say anything, that there were multiple selectors with him. There were people around him. They are trying him to be in the best shape and flow down to this Brisbane test or Melbourne test. Till now there is nothing communicated to him. Till now there is nothing that he'll be coming and joining the squad. That's the report.
Yeah, and I don't think it is necessary also. Because you have a Mukesh Kumar as travelling reserve, you have an Akashdeep who has not been given an opportunity. If you say one test match, if you want to get Mohammad Shami, you're welcome. Mohammad Shami is a great bowler. But a knee-jerk reaction, if India today decides to get Mohammad Shami, it is a clear indication you have no faith in Akashdeep, no faith in Mukesh Kumar, no faith in Harshit Rana for one bad day. You are telling the world we are reacting and getting Mohammad Shami in because we are panicking. I don't think the team management will want to panic. Even if they have to get Mohammad Shami, they will play it in a much more rational manner. Let's end the show. Gargi Raut, Shomit Chakraborty, Bharat Ramraj, Devashish Sen, Rohit Juglan, all of you, everyone watching. Big day tomorrow for Australia. Can they wrap it up quickly? Or Rishabh Pant? Because Rishabh Pant has done miraculous things everywhere. Can he get 100? Can he get an Adelaide 100 to his name? He will get good batting conditions. Day, 30 over old ball. Everything will go in Rishabh Pant's favor. And we know what Rishabh Pant can do. And then a 100-run lead. Will there be panic? Can India bowl better? Plenty of juice. Thank you for watching.